Good morning. Welcome back to the Collective. It is Tuesday, last week of August, and we're still ready to slam it in there. We can start with a hard time from analysis. There's no news today. No red folder news. When I say no news, I mean no red folder. There's orange folder news, but I don't really.
Well, and the orange folder that we have, I do believe used to be red folder. It's let me just check here.
You're telling me it comes out of 10.
Yeah, the
Consumer confidence.
consumer confidence. Didn't that used to be? I think they used to be red folder. At some
Well, I
point.
can go back. I can tell you. It did used to be red folder.
Yeah.
In 2024, it was red folder.
Yeah.
And 2025.
So
January,
got
January
downgraded.
2025. When did it switch? Even in January, it was red. April. Okay, no, that's too far.
Okay, there's open.
Okay, so there's a few things that I want to watch today. Considering geez, my charts are kind of messy. It's all internal stuff, that's why. Considering we're in between two daily imbalances, my bias is kind of messed up. We have the bearish imbalance here, and we've got this daily BPR. So we have this.
I'm referring to ES and YM.
We
Just
have
to
this
clear it up.
We have this imbalance that we then ran through, traded into this one, but formed a daily gap here. So this is the BPR. Higher time frame, I did want to see us rotate from the all-time highs and then put another low in below these relative equal lows in the weekly imbalance. So I would have preferred that, but we took this low last week. Then we got the reaction on Friday, retracing to there. So that's why I assumed, the start of this week we'd form structure to then go lower, right? But now I look at ES, and I said this yesterday too. Since we have that daily inversion, I lean more bullish from just ES. NQ, I'm more bearish. ES, I'm more bullish. So I'm definitely being more cautious with trades that I choose, and I want to just be super technical and know I'm doing good analysis. So if I don't feel right about my my analysis, I'll wait for something clearer. And not feeling super confident in any move right now. So the equilibrium of this expansion leg from Friday, actually I could even extend it lower. Okay, wait, never mind. I should put it back. This is when you zoom in on the hourly, that's the low. There. We fell short of the equilibrium on Monday, but holy crap. We fell short of the equilibrium on Monday. Put the S&T in at the highs, then sold off aggressively. Asia session delivering from this hourly imbalance into the discount here. Then we've kind of had this consolidation. So I was watching to see if it would manipulate the internal lows first. So London low, potentially Asia's low. Not fully wanting it to go to Asia's low, but then I see, okay, there's the bullish hourly that got inversed. So if it just expands, runs through here, then I'll have no choice but to be more bullish on the day, because we can look at ES that left these highs all kind of relatively equal. Didn't have that S&T that got put in, so it's just, or didn't take the high where the S&T was, right? So it's just the low resistance liquidity around on ES. So I want to see if it flips and then runs up there aggressively. Because
There's the London low, Asia low, S&T with YM as well, which we got the hourly inversion and change in state off of.
That's a good S&T, because that's the lows, the prominent lows. I know I definitely wanted the move lower before I started looking for longs, right? I wanted that manipulation lower of like a good low. But now that it invalidated that, what I wanted to see was this internal manipulation that didn't form the 50-minute. We traded to it. Then I wanted to see the leg lower, with it just expanding off of open. Not much I can really do besides mark out Asia's high and say we're right next to it, so we'll probably take it.
Yeah, I wanted to see Asia's high get taken, but nothing internal to take, not even pre-market, but just on open was clear enough to take, in my opinion.
And you know what? I would have, if it took this, even this internal sell side from 8 o'clock, 8:15, I would have liked that. But now that we run to Asia's high first, I almost want to start looking for shorts until I'm proven up. I want to see how good the structure is for shorts. Because on the 4 hour, we get this 4 hour imbalance, or the 4 hour order block. But
I'm not gonna look for shorts, I don't think, unless it's like super crazy clear. But well, the way I see it is, so we put the SMT in, and ES and Y, we're both gonna inverse this hourly gap, just by the displacement we're getting as like off open there.
Yeah, I'm just thinking it's a Judas thing. I guess we'll see who's right here. If we took the lows first, if we had that manipulation, then I'd be okay. We're bullish for sure, but I don't like getting reversals that don't have like a clean reversal structure, right? That didn't really have anything clean. It was just chop, 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 chop. You know what would be cool if we left Asia's high too, then traded lower, then came back to it as a relative equal high. And I think that's possible. See, we have all of these relative equal lows here.
We just traded into the first presented for value gap. See if it holds, what it does.
If this 4 hour candle sold off, had a manipulation, then reversed, and 10 a.m. opened, kind of where we are right now, I'd be super bullish on the higher time frame. But just this 4 hour candle hasn't really done anything. It opened and it was consolidating. I mean, it took the internal high, then failed to take the low, and then ran back to the high here.
Well, and the other reason I want to see Asia's high taken is because it pretty much same thing as yesterday. Asia's high opened and just trades lower right away. No manipulation higher. And then we put the SMT in at the lows, which you could frame as the low day. And then now you want to see expansion back to the daily opening price, which we just traded to there.
I don't mind Asia's high as much, though, because it opened, traded to an hourly gap, then sold off. Right?
Yeah.
Like, and in the moment, it would have been good. So you see it open, tags that hourly imbalance into the BPR, then we sell off to equilibrium. And in that case, I could have said this is easily the model that would deliver us to the discount. Now I've not got that same conviction in anything. So I sit out and wait until I've got something that I can confidently trust. So it's just high here.
So now there's no SMTs anywhere on the sell side of the things.
On the sell side, I thought we had the one with that. Why?
Well, buy, that's like on the buy. Sorry, like I meant like buy side of the curve. We have SMTs like at the lows to support that, but we don't have anything to support the sell side of the curve.
Well, technically, we've got this SMT at the YN. Where the volatility kind of started picking up. At what is this? Right there. So at 10:17, right?
Oh, like,
or sorry, not 10:17. Jeez, 8:17. Last night.
Oh yeah.
Technically, there's SMT there.
Oh yeah.
Wait, right now.
The thing with that though is I always find that SMTs that get put in super early in the day, if those don't deliver aggressively, because like in an ideal expansion scenario, yeah, you want the SMT for the low day or high day to be put in right away, and then get the aggressive expansion. We got a decent expansion, but then we just retrace and inverse everything, forming bullish structure. So that SMT kind of.
It's not. I'm talking about this.
You're talking here, yeah.
I'm talking that right.
Yeah,
there.
I know.
Yeah.
That's not like a super prominent high for me to.
I don't know. It's pretty aggressive off of it.
Because it's not a 4-hour high.
Well, I'm just saying. I looked at it and I'm like, oh, there's increased volatility at this point in time. I'm gonna mark out one of the highs that looks really prominent on the 1 minute. You're talking about like you have the massive down move, and then you engulf it all, take the high, and then get the delivery lower. So I think that was an important swing high. So with where I stand, I am wanting to see these internal routes we've got lows taken, this sell side from 8:15, and then London's low taken. I'm not taking anything. I'm watching. But that's just bias. And then I think we leave this high and Asia's high for later potentially, or not at all. But it does make sense to take it eventually.
We did just SMT the 930 low as well.
So this is a good example of an opening range, which whipsaws back and forth. And I don't like trading these. Kind of tell when you don't have a clear bias. Like when this down move works out and continues through, there's good logic for this to be the reversal. Today, kind of 50-50. So if it's 50-50, I don't want to be trading. Oh, Sis said hi. Hello, Sis. I was just grabbing a coffee, so I missed your comment
Oh, is he still in here?
or your chat.
Or did we miss him again?
No, he's in here. He wants to know what we're doing today.
I was gonna have this pulled up.
A little bit 50-50 with my bias. Asia's high looks like it's going to be taken. I want London's lows taken, but I was calling it the opening range chaos. We've got the first 15 minutes of the open, which I most of the time like to avoid. And we can see this 50-minute candle close right there. And then that gives us more structure. Even yesterday, I like to base my my trades off of the first 15-minute close. How was your trading yesterday there, buddy? He's tuned into like 6 live streams pretty consistently. That's good.
Yeah. So we got that 3-minute change in state off of the 930 SMT at the lows.
How do you feel about those equal lows? How do you feel about those equal lows? Go to the 5-minute.
So there's a 3-minute order block tapped. I want to see how we react off this here.
If you go to the 5-minute, what I would be waiting for is this next 5-minute candle to close. Because it wicked, took the internal high, and there's the down candle on the 5-minute. Obviously, we fell so short of those highs that we should take them.
Yeah, and as much as I'd like to, be in a trade before it takes it, the only thing I see is this 3-minute order block right now. But I'm not the biggest fan of it.
You want to?
I wanted the hourly candle closure.
You want to have half an hour trade?
Well, I would let it go through Asia's high. Well, then the other scenario goes like if we generate highs with this hourly candle closure, I don't see a reason for us to retrace into this price leg anymore, other than this 2-minute gap that we're in right now. So this 2-minute gap pretty much holds, or if it doesn't hold, then I would say we go take out pre-market lows.
I'm telling you, I want those pre-market lows taken before it runs higher. I think if it's going to run higher to anywhere above Asia high, it goes lower first. But yes, you're right. This imbalance that we're in right now is the last chance.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to go to the lows first just because of the 50-minute. We're going to inverse those 50-minute gaps and get that 15-minute change in state or order block.
ES is running higher.
So I think this 2 minutes going to be it's going to hold and deliver or not.
I think it's a short. I don't know. It's funny how much our biases are differing right now. I want the manipulation prior to the expansion. I just can't see a manipulation. Like the same reason why you're like, I don't like the way Asia's high is. Well, kind of. Or yesterday, at least. I want the manipulation of the 815 low. I took an internal low, but it wasn't delivering from like a PD ray. It wasn't delivering from like a good sell side. Again, I don't think I'd be taking this short on the inversion. I would say some people might see this as the internal sweep and then this is the inversion trade. But what I'm seeing is a lot of overlapping price movement where I generally want to just stay out.
And we also have equal lows on the 50-minute chart with just before midnight and then 3 in the morning. There's equal lows on the 50-minute there.
You know, I didn't even notice that. I just marked out London's low. To mine, they are slightly not equal.
Okay, never mind.
But they're relatively equal. So when I was looking at that 5-minute for the close, we did not get the close I wanted. And we have a new 15-minute candle now. But what we can see is the previous 15-minute candle definitely inversed those gaps and looks way more bullish. But there's a lot to be said about this current candle. What we could do here, potentially. And what I could frame as a good short. That will leave me out of it most likely. As I wait for a 5-minute closure.
We'll see if we can get if we get below that 815 low, it almost looks like we'll just take out London's low as well.
Oh, for sure we would. That's only like 10, 20 points difference.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I think I've missed my trade here. Unless it gives me a good opportunity on the 5-minute change in state. Because I was uncertain about just taking that first close without the higher time frame close. Because like I saw this 2-minute imbalance. We inversed this upper one. I didn't want to take it without it inversing this one. So that's this candle here. We've got 30 seconds, but I don't want to be executing way down there with that. Preferably. Doesn't really seem like my trade. But again, I also want to watch because we left Asia's high.
And we'll see how this 4-hour candle closes too.
Yeah. Well, part of my bias was I want the move below 815's low and then higher. So if it takes 815 low, there'll be S&T there. Then there could be a potential long to Asia's high, right? That's why I'm on the side of caution. Because my bias is so mixed, I don't want to force anything.
Well, the other thing I said was usually off of, when you put a SMT in like that with Asia and London low, you want to see displacement off of that SMT, which we got like a decent amount of displacement inversing the hourly, but then we engulf the entire thing pretty much.
That's why you called it a lower quality SMT off the bat.
Yeah.
So new 2-minute candle is closed there. I'm probably going to regret staying out of this, but I'm staying out of it because I mean, just leaving Asia high like that is unsettling. But aligning with, the current 4-hour movement, there's the previous 4-hour candle highs. We trade higher into order block, and then now we're getting the move lower. So it does look like the 10 a.m. is going to actually expand lower, probably leaving Asia high, which is interesting. Which I'd be fine with, considering it is in an hourly imbalance. Like I can mark this out.
Yeah, the hourly imbalance resting above.
Well, like we traded into it, left it, we traded into it, put a good high in, then expanded lower. We just traded back to it, didn't take the high, but have an S&T. So it's like, I don't think it's a relative equal high as much as I look at the London's low as a strong pool of liquidity. But yeah, my caution is just in case it does that. That's what I'm waiting for. Because it took the sell side here. However, we got a 15-minute closure through with more structure. I would definitely implement my higher time frame bias and honestly be looking for shorts down to this sell side here. So that's why I know there's a lot of room. That's why I'm not jumping the gun on a 1 minute entry. Because if it reverses off of here and wants to run to Asia's high, I understand that completely. And probably would do the same. Would like London's low taken first though. But you can't fade this S&T if it aggressively reverses.
I mean, ideally, if we could get the movement below London's low prior to 10 a.m., and then 10 a.m. can just...
Honestly, I'm watching it. I'm watching if it inverses it and wants to run to these highs because off of that S&T. And again, that's one reason why I didn't take it was because I saw this happening. It was one of my visions. Like two things that can happen. It's either going to deliver, it's going to aggressively reverse off of that sell side. So this is the inversion trade for most people.
There's the 3 minute gap there.
Yeah, I would say most people are taking that 2 minute right here. Potentially even in it already. Because like I was saying before, I want that 50-minute candle to close before I make any decision. And yeah, we are perfectly at equilibrium of the 4-hour candle, which happens to be the opening. So in my eyes, I wouldn't understand really where to run this, considering I've got the bearish bias from above here. So I would probably be all out there, which is just the internal high. But my risk is not there. My RR is not that good, so I'm not taking that.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit tight. In the case that this, if you go to the 1 minute, you got the breaker. In the case that the 1 minute breaker holds, even though inversing the gap, and then delivering to London's low.
Or I will mark out the opposing breaker. I definitely think the people that trade breakers aren't looking at this breaker as a valid one.
Yeah, because I didn't take Asia's high.
Yeah, and there's S&T at those lows, like a crazy S&T too. We still have that 3 minute imbalance. I'm just watching if this was we'll see if the breaker holds or not. I don't want to trade until 10 because this 4-hour candle hasn't done anything that would lead me to have a really good bias.
Yeah. We need 10 a.m. to clear things up. Plus there's that news, so maybe that news will do something. Give us a little bit more insight.
I'd only take this long if I had a good stop loss placement. I would want at least a 2-hour to that internal high.
It actually would, it'd be a lot better if we took London's looks and we could get better risk. And be all out at Asia's high and not have to worry about holding it further.
I wouldn't worry, but I just don't believe the trade, really. I can see it working, but then, it's just a seek and destroy leg, so I don't want to do that. Right, open, trade higher, trade lower, take a low, trade higher, take a high, trade lower, take a low, trade higher, take a high. Not really how I trade. It works for people that trade reversals. Some of the most profitable days for reversals, but
It's a big 50-minute candle wick though.
Oh, look at that thing right there. That is a
There's a 3-minute inversion as well.
healthy 1 minute candle. See, if you took this, you put your stop loss at the internal low, TP at the high.
You'd have to go honestly just below the 50 or below the 3-minute gap.
Honestly, I'm thinking like to take this, you need to have a bias that would say we're running through the inversion here, or the hourly here. We're going to inverse the hourly.
Yeah. Yeah, you run it to yesterday's high.
Yeah. If the 4 hour took London low, I'd probably say, yeah, that's super valid, but I just can't really force anything yet. Yeah, this previous day relative equal highs,
Yeah. I'm going to wait till 10 a.m.
those are nice.
But we're probably going to get that hourly order block as well with this 5-minute change in state, which I think this is actually, as much as I wanted to see London's low, this might be the trade here.
I'm leaning that way now with the reaction fully.
Did we get the 5-minute change in state there?
Not on mine.
Just about.
But I do want this next. I do want more structure. I don't want to just take it before this hourly closes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be entering on the 3-minute inversion. I don't think. I mean, it structurally makes sense. I mean, you could go to break even at Asia's high if you're running it to previous day's high.
Yeah.
That'd be a good trade. So,
I mean, kind of what I'm looking for is 10 a.m. If 10 a.m. opens into the 3-minute BPR.
you know when whenever I'm missing a trade, I know I'm missing it. So it's like this one. It's like I'm not in it. I know that I'm missing it, and if I had more of a bullish bias, I'd be in it. We have all of the internal confluences, but my higher time frame is just not quite there. The same as it was yesterday, say.
Well, we don't have a high of the week put in.
Well,
A good high of the week, in my opinion.
I've seen weeks do this a lot. A lot of weeks do this. Look at my chart. We have the high. We open lower and then trade higher S&T. And that is the high of the week.
Yeah, but
Like
usually
discounting all that.
that delivers faster.
What? The S&P?
The S&T would deliver more aggressively.
It did. That's pretty aggressive.
Okay, so we're trading into the 3-minute inversion.
That's
There.
That's 250 points right
Into
there.
into that 1-minute gap.
That's a 250 point move off that S&T. I'd say that's pretty aggressive, brother. So if this is the manipulation pre-10, then we will be expanding. What am I doing? With the close here on the hourly and then the open and 4-hour expansion should be the continuation.
And considering just looking at the 50-minute, 10 a.m. is going to be the next 50-minute candle because that candle did the manipulating. 10 a.m. should just have a very shallow wick and then expansion.
That's partially what I was saying, but I didn't say the 50-minute. Yeah. But yeah, even like the hourly. All right, we're going to get that change in state, which I want to wait for. Then we'll have more confirmation. It definitely feels like there is a long at this very moment, though.
So we have a 3-minute gap there as well.
Yeah. It feels like that gap is the long and your stop loss is supposed to be there. And then if you run it to the previous day relative equal high, you are making a lot of money. But
So like I said, what I would take is if we trade to this 3-minute BPR and then get a bullish close, kind of like forming an order block, I would probably take that.
I like that. But honestly don't know if it's going to get traded to because the low that formed that 3-minute is into the 1-minute imbalance.
Yeah.
But I like longs. I like the idea of longs. Slightly. Only if I get my confirmation. We got a minute 30 to see where we close here for this hourly candle. Regardless, that 15-minute wick is horrible for shorts. If you were bearish and you were expecting that candle to close near here when it was down there, or you were chasing it, then you are burned. Here's the 3-minute, potentially. I'll mark her out.
So if NQ trades to that 3-minute, YM's going to take the 948 sell side. So we'll have SMT there as well.
Yes, there's 10 a.m. news.
I'm going to see how the hourly closes here as well. I'd like to see us get the hourly order block, but we might not.
Because of the conditions, I'm just not super, hyped up about any trade right now. Like, I definitely want the extra confirmation. I'm also watching this hourly candle. 8. To tap that 3-minute?
No.
Caught the change in state.
Yep. Okay, there's news. News is probably just going to expand, honestly.
Well, what if it wicked into that 3-minute there?
No, I can just see it. I can just see it expanding.
Yeah.
I'd like to, if it trades to the 3-minute, yeah, I'll look to take a long.
I can just see it expanding, but then it's like, but if it trades lower, it'd be good. I'm like, that's why I want it to trade lower. I want to get my fill if I'm looking for the long here.
Yeah. We traded right to the hourly change in state, which
we did not trade to mine.
Okay.
Quite yet. I don't know. I'm still cautious. Like these kind of reversals, I like with the supporting higher time frame bias. So say there was like a PD array there. I don't really like how we left that London low. This might be one of the days where it's like I missed the trade, and that's fine. It's because sometimes it leaving this key level is enough for me to be like, I don't want to be on this long side of it. What would have been different?
What?
If London's low was the reversal for me.
Yeah, if we were to displaced off of it.
Yes. Well, I know YM technically has London's low as the reversal. Because there's the SMT there. But if that would have been NQ and it would have been an aggressive move off of it, then yes. For sure, my trade. So we're trading a little bit lower. I wonder if we tap that 3-minute and then react, or we reverse mysteriously here. Isn't this messy? Kind of. It's kind of messy.
It's a little bit.
Like this reversal works most of the time, but again, this reversal has a 5-minute change in state or 3-minute or literally any change in state. This one doesn't have that yet.
Yeah.
Has 15-minute. Has something. It's this feels like the one time we were trading, and then you get a big down candle, and then you reverse it, and that's your change in state. But that's just what it feels like. It's not actually what makes sense. But I am kind of waiting for that.
If I'm just looking at the 5-minute, like if we get a closure above that 945 candle with a body, we would just expand, I would assume. Like we won't get that retracement.
Yeah, I don't like it. Like taking it like that. Some days I like this trade, but today my structure is not there on the long. But I mean, like, yes, internal sweep SMT. If that's your mojo, then go slime it long. This is just not my trade. Look at that. Oh, what the dude?
Oh, yeah, here we go. No. Wanted to be, but so we're delivering off that 3 minute.
You could have
window.
got in longs.
Yeah. The only thing would have been that, yeah, just that 3 minute inversion. And then stop loss below it somewhere. It is just very slow though.
You were like, there we go. I don't trust
Just
this.
engulfed it.
Actually, I saw this great ad. I wanted to show you, and I can't find it. It's the only time I've ever been like, that's a funny ad.
What was it for?
The Chevrolet here in Lloyd.
Oh yeah.
Oh, here's the 3 minute. Yeah, baby. Here's the wick. This is the 10 a.m. wick. Please just take the
and
low.
think about it. In the 10 a.m. expansion scenario, the only place that would make sense for a retracement would be this 3 minute. If it goes any lower, then I don't believe the wick has been put in.
And I'll take that. I'll take that fair value. I'll take that because now I've got more than one thing to base a long off of. If it traded to the 3 minute, I could be like, okay, 3 minute, and then we get 1 minute internal. We have the supporting 15-minute model, right? But if I'm trading the 5 minute and I look at, oh, we left the sell side and I don't like that, then I'm probably not going to get in on that. And, this could be a trade that I've taken in another world and then it gets stopped out. So I'm avoiding a loss right now.
Yeah, because we got the hourly. We traded to your hourly order block there, right? I would assume.
There for sure. Yeah.
Right.
We're slicing through it a little bit. I would prefer if it didn't. I actually just figured I need 2 more winning days for the payout.
Oh, nice.
I think I should pull it up. Well, because I checked, and when I checked, I had the I included the day I took the payout out on. So, yeah, no, I need 2 more. So we'll see how this week goes. I don't want to try and I'm not gonna try and win 2 days, but
Jeez, frick, we got so close, hey? Was it really that hard to trade into the 3 minute?
yes, sir. Super hard.
Holy man. So we got that 5-minute close I was talking about above the 9:45 candle.
Here's your expansion. Here's Asia's high taken. Couldn't tell you what it delivered off of there, but
3-minute inversion was the only thing I traded to a couple times. Just failed to trade to that gap.
sure. But let's say you got in. You'd go to break even now. I just want to see because I'd most likely be in this trade if it was better reversal. Let's see. My break even would probably be at that 3-minute close. So there. So now that we took Asia's high and have S&T to Asia's high in the hourly imbalance, I'm definitely monitoring what we do off of this. Not super quick to now say we're going to reverse. Instead, I would look for a continuation long, but I definitely...
If I'm looking for a continuation long, I think I need
definitely
like
want this long and low stake.
Well, then it'd be a bear scenario, and we would just sell off through it.
It's like if I want a continuation, I don't want to see like a reaction like that, and I want better reversal structure. I would take a continuation. I just don't think it's going to happen. See, I'd be out of break even on that trade anyway. Probably out break even there if I got into it. Well, unless I took that 1-minute inversion down there, but
So
look at that reaction.
Now we're in trade to the 3-minute.
Yeah, wicked price. Gosh.
Honestly, I think the only thing I would take is if we hold this 3-minute gap and then get like a 5-minute fair value gap displacement.
No, you know what I'd take? I would long off the 50-minute constant approach.
The wick, yeah, that's the 3-minute gap pretty much. That's why it's nice because they're overlapping. What's he looking for? No show. 5:30. Holy shit, son.
5:30. Buckaroos.
You think?
Every reversal.
That's what I was hinting at you when I said when a reversal trader is having a freaking heyday. I didn't say heyday, but
So we traded that 3-minute.
mine tapped it to the tick. 3-minute has been tapped to the tick. So it's like, dude, honestly, I would have been probably stopped out at break even if I was in that long.
Oh yeah.
Unless I got in at the 1-minute inversion down there at that order block. But then again, I still think that would get traded to.
Yeah, we'll see.
Shit. You're in there? Are you taking something?
Well, I marked out the 3-minute order block off of the 3-minute gap.
What do you why don't you take?
I would take that if it was prior to Asia's high being taken.
Mm.
That's exactly what I wanted to see, but prior to Asia's high. Now I need, just because we've kind of been failing to displace this whole day pretty much.
This might just be a day where you just look at a screen.
So yeah, the only thing I would take, I think, is if we get a good displacement leg here, and form some more fair value gaps that I can look to take something off of. But yeah, we didn't take Asia's high being off that 3-minute order block out of the 3-minute.
So honestly, don't even know what I'm waiting for anymore.
Yeah, my attention right now is drawn towards that 50-minute fair value gap from yesterday that we formed. If we can inverse that, I would look to take a continuation to previous day's high. And we do have that hourly, so we'll see how long it takes us to get through this 50-minute, and if we can displace through it, or if we just kind of consolidate it.
We took that internal high. Honestly, I would have preferred if the 3-minute actually got traded to, not ticked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that it only got ticked on yours.
You might, yeah. Imagine you took that 3-minute, you'd be getting cooked on the break even here potentially.
Probably, yeah. By the looks of things.
Well, depends how late you got in on that 3-minute move. Like it traded to it. The next candle, yeah, you'd probably be safe still. I don't know. I just not got anything good in mind.
I need like a 15-minute for value gap. Inversing that 50-minute to the left.
Like this is like
And
yesterday.
then I'll be in.
This is like yesterday, but not a good setup. Where it literally, look at ES. It's so bad. Just chopping. I don't doubt that it runs, but it's definitely just made it hard to have a clear bias there.
Well, there's only still, I guess, 40 minutes. Still 40 minutes left in the hour. But I was going to say, then only if we fail to displace here, it might be a 11 o'clock continuation if we can get through that hourly gap.
This is just a day that I don't want to trade. Could have been a different story if it was like they dropped lower, took London's low, S&T was London's low, then a cleaner reversal, a little bit more speed. So we're ripping. There you go. 60 points away from that 30 or the 3-minute gap. I'd still be fine trading the continuation with this now.
Mm-hmm. But I think previous day's high is still the target, so we'll be fine. It might just be closer to 11 o'clock that we get the trade.
Well, this 15-minute candle's nice.
Mm-hmm.
For longs.
Yeah, if we can form a 15-minute gap, I'd look to just trade that.
Yes, is gonna get danger high.
Still technically SMC at this high here. In the hourly. But I will admit it does look more bullish. I just don't like how we left those equal lows there. Like a nice clean manipulation into that 3 minute would have been super good.
Yeah.
I probably would have taken that. So ES is coming close to Asia high here.
I think he's going to inverse the 50-minute imbalance here in the next 3 minutes.
Cool, cool, cool.
So we're going to form that 5-minute gap at 10:30. And we'll probably just dip into that and then get the expansion or the continuation.
I'm gonna remove that SMT. I just don't think it's gonna hold. I got the SMT drawn with Asia's high. It just doesn't make sense to hold. Yeah, honestly, just wished it wicked that London low there, or the 3 minute actually, because that would have been my my continuation trade. Could you imagine if it?
Well, if it would have left Asia's high first,
Okay, yeah.
left Asia's high, traded to that 3 minute, and then got that order block, I would have been in that for sure. Because that's exactly what I wanted to see. I just didn't like how it was super slow and hesitating, takes Asia's high, and then, strong reaction off it.
And
I
it
didn't
puts an
wanna-
equal lows.
Yeah, I didn't want to take that. If it would have actually traded into it and prior to Asia's high, that would have been a really good trade.
Wait, did MNQ take him?
MNQ took it, yeah.
Oh, MNQ traded to the 3 minute. Interesting. This is the 3 minute. So far, there's been no trades taken today. Just coming in the morning, identifying this range, sitting out during the opening range, as in the first 15 minutes, and then just not participating
So
in
we
this
inverse
reversal.
that 50-minute to the left from yesterday,
Okay.
and we have this 5-minute imbalance now,
Yeah.
which would be my PD array of interest for the 10:30 candle to trade into.
Your continuation. 15 minute open wick lower to the 5 minute expansion. What if it falls short of it? What are you doing there?
Then I'll wait. I'm also not liking. First of all, YM's
Holy crap! I just looked at
nasty,
it. I just pulled it up. Now everybody gets to see how crappy YM
and
looks.
ES also looks the same.
Yes. Both of them are. I mean, yesterday too.
Yeah. Well, there's
same-
no red folder news.
It's the
So.
same thing. My interest definitely was short biased, but we gave it up. It was only short biased to then see us reverse and go long, but it took out one of my two major sell sides. I guess I could have disregarded the London low as being super important because of the SMT. Sometimes I'm picky, and I guess it saved me from a lot of chop. But the one trade that I did know was this inversion here, and I would have taken off at Asia's high, and that's not that good of an R. Wondering if anybody else took a trade today. For me personally, didn't see anything that really fit my model. But I know that there's people that trade every day, regardless of the price action. They just take the purely technical trades. So sell side SMT inversion, relative equal highs. I want to see if your 5 minute gets inversed. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Not that I want to take that 5 minute inverse as a short, but I'm just looking at the ES and looking at YM. We are failing to have a great expansion, I would say. You talk about the hourly candle, or sorry, the 4 hour candle at 10 a.m. It's kind of just chopped around.
Traded into the 5 minute. So we'll see what we do here.
Yep. Be interested in something there.
Honestly, YM looks like it's going to trade down to the what sell side is that? Just like right before market open. The market open sell side.
YM's going to trade there.
It looks like it.
What if there's some shorts? That'd be nice and quick. Get out.
SMT Asia's high.
What have I got drawn out? You're watching the live stream over there.
Yeah.
That's if. That's a freaking stretch of an idea, I think. But
I don't think I would take that. I mean, unless you just ride it down to the equal lows, but
that's exactly my trade. If that happens.
I don't think I would take that.
I don't think it's going to happen, so I don't need to worry about it. This is, to me, this does look like a kind of reaccumulation, as in, like, so we're consolidating, reaccumulating.
Well, I'd like
Add
that
this
to be the
little
low of the 15-minute candle. Now, like, I could take this 1 minute order block off of the 5 minute,
You want to know what that is for
but it's
risk?
just not.
To previous day's high, that's like a 6 hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be doing a mini. You'd be doing like, 2 minis.
Yeah. We'll see if there's like a clear SMT or something.
Just going to sit on the 1 minute.
Or like,
I know what I'm watching. ES has done what NQ might do. It's sort of the reverse.
I'm actually gonna watch.
It's
YM's
inverse
gonna
of
take
gaps.
that. YM's almost at that low from 950. So I'll look to see maybe SMT there.
Do you know the Lazy song by Bruno Mars where he's like,
Yeah.
today I don't feel like doing anything?
Yep.
I'm listening to that and I'm like, I don't feel like trading.
Yeah. Well, not in this chop. I need some clear. I'd like to see YM flip its hourly candle because it opened. Where's the 10 a.m. open here? It opened high and then
What about you're a woman at change in state? You're doing your 1.5 or 15 micros, I should say, 1.5 minis.
15-minute immediate rebalance, 5-minute gap, 1-minute order block.
Targeting previous day's high.
Yeah.
Man, that's a slammer. Oh, jeez. That'd be nice.
It's not something I usually take. I don't know.
Well, it's a continuation trade. There's no imbalances below. If
Yeah.
you're taking the continuation, it's the only trade.
Yeah. We'll see.
Take away. I hope it doesn't happen because I might take it.
Yeah, I don't want to be tempted to take it. It's what I called it out. So it's like if it happens and I don't take it,
And then it plays out.
yeah.
You know, when I can actually feel my heart rate accelerate when I'm about to take a trade. And it was one of those times where I'm like, shit, am I taking that change instead? Because I know it's not that good of a trade. I wasn't going to take it. I would have felt super uncomfortable taking it. I would probably short, though, to London low. I want to see something. More confirmation.
I wouldn't take a short. I'm not taking shorts.
I'm looking at the hourly gap. I'm not worried about it. I'm looking at the hourly. That's my freaking my chart. Oh, dude, I was gonna go take a piss, but okay, this shit.
I think I might honestly wait till 11, just to see how this hourly candle closes. See if we can inverse that hourly gap, and then maybe get this 15-minute to flip. We do have this internal SMT inside the 5-minute.
What the shit? No inversion. I was waiting for that inversion. We got a minute and the 5 minutes closing.
Yeah. We'll see.
Hmm.
The only reason I don't want to take shorts is just because I can frame a low a day
Yeah.
out of the daily imbalance, which is what I wanted to see initially.
I'm just gonna be honest. That price action for shorts doesn't even look that good. If it looked better for shorts, I can see the hourly potentially reversing, but this 1 minute kind of looks crap. Just the weird reversal in my eyes.
Well, I'm able to take that 950 low, so we'll have a fat SMT.
Technically, this is the 5 minute inversion. But I would want displacement though. Trade to that 5-minute inversion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just take that high.
Technically, reversal off of that SMT at ES is high, or H is high with ES.
Yep.
What I'm doing here. YM's dumping. I mean, it does make sense. This is the more bearish one, right? YM is the most bearish out of all of them.
Yeah.
As in, it put the SMT in at London low there. But it did fail to expand off of it, though, so. I want to see. It'd be nice if ES got that 50-minute change in state. Then we could frame a really good short. But everything's discorrelated currently. YM is flushing through everything. Well, YM's almost at the freaking. Well, YM's below this sell side. That's crazy. What? Looks like it's going to re-inverse this 5-minute. But again, why would it do that? But it just doesn't have an objective right now.
So if it inverses this 5-minute, the trade that I'm still kind of waiting for is, so this 50-minute candle closes in a minute. It'll probably close bearish. I actually hope it does. Close bearish. And then if the next 50-minute candle, so the last 50-minute candle of the hour, fails to displace lower and it ends up getting a 50-minute order block to the upside, paired with that hourly inversion, I'll look for a continuation trade off of that to previous size high.
What did we reject off of there? Besides, I mean, you could say like order block, sure, but that's odd order block in my opinion.
Well, 50-minute inversion is, we were still trading within that.
It seems like a bad excuse.
So the 50-minute candle actually closed bullish. Mark out.
So we had a 5-minute candle closure above those down candles are. But I'm still looking at this as a potential short because all the other, like, YM failed to expand. ES is failing to do the same. Technically, we got an internal SMT because ES failed to go higher there.
Yeah. Yeah, Wyom's gonna
It just doesn't feel like an expansion higher. That's my thing.
no, because not all of the indexes are
No,
expanding together.
and it also feels like it's leaving. Well, it's not leaving me behind on a long and that on an expansion, and that always happens. Always feeling like it's running without me. This feels like we're building for a short out of the hourly. We got London low, Asia low. So when do we call it quits for the live stream?
I don't know. I'd give it till like 11:15. Give another half hour. Nothing happens. Might also just be done here because when we opened up, we had a large opposing wick for the day,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So now that we made it all the way back up to the just above the opening price,
And the hourly, yeah.
like
Just
that might
consolidate here.
might just be it. Like I don't think we're gonna get a expansion to previous this high today. Just the way that we've been moving.
Oh, I think if we were taking previous day's high, I think it should be there already. It would take all of this price action that we kind of had into the hourly, and it would just extend it, and it would be up there by the same time. We would have probably taken it at 10.20. Yeah, this definitely feels like yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Well, and tomorrow doesn't have any news, orange folder or red. And it's a
There's
day
no
before
there's no news all week pretty much. Thursday, sure.
Thursday, Friday, I think, are the only 2 days.
Is it Friday? I thought it was just Thursday. Thought it was weird. Thursday, Friday. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I'm led to believe that these equal lows get taken, and we deliver lower at some point. I don't see it expanding anymore. There's no reason for it to expand right now. Like it's messed around.
I'll look and see like how the 11 o'clock hourly candles opens. See if we inverse that hourly. If we inverse that hourly and there's something somewhat clear, we'll see. But I'm not gonna force anything today.
And what I'm looking at is if we put just a swing high in there, like 5 minute, like we have the lower high, the highest high, and then a lower high after.
Yeah, even if it inverses the hourly, it doesn't even look good because there's no fair value gaps or anything to trade to. Nothing obvious.
All right, in my opinion, the 5 minute change in state is a good entry for a short. We're opening the new hourly candle in 15 seconds. And we are reacting off of the S&T with H's high and ES and the hourly bounce. So, or on the hourly time frame, you can see it. So I want to see what the next hourly candle is a continuation if we're going to start reversing it. So that's the new open.
Didn't get that 5 minute change in state though, hey?
Yes, sir. I'm already in, but yeah, and then I'm going to break even at this internal low here. which NQ and DS should both take it at the same time. Try to do this 1 minute balance and bear shoulder block, so I want to see if that holds. I like to look at that 2 minute time frame there. But I want to get that break even going here.
So you took the fair value gap tap?
No, I took the 1 minute change of state, which happened in 1 candle at 10:56. This 5 minute candle didn't go anywhere after it opened. I don't know, I just feel like the equal lows are guaranteed.
Is that your full TP?
No. That'd be the partial. A lot of forking around here. New 5 minute candle open there, which I would have wanted this one to continue more aggressively. But yeah. Oops. Just messing around too much in here. When I want to take a change in state trade, I want it to continue aggressively. There's no bearish imbalances there, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no win probably.
Okay, about to go to break even. So yeah, what I'm expecting is a aggressive move below that low since we got this 1 minute close here. That's my break even, so I'd like to see it trade through there. Probably forms an imbalance if it trades there. Then I want, obviously, to continually see bearish things get respected. The 5 minute is starting to flip off that change in state, or continue off the change in state. It retraced, was holding that 1 minute order block. Yeah, overall, it's been a very boring trading day. Slow, hard to watch price action. So yeah, this is really the only thing I could frame, and I want to see these equal lows and then this low because it was in relative proximity to London low here. But like if you just monitor the 1 minute structure, it doesn't look like it's in a hurry to displace lower, which now if I were to rank it as a trade, it automatically deranks it. The good trades move very quick. I'm not saying that this isn't a good trade. I'm just saying it's slower than usual. There's my break even. So I'm at break even. My break even's right there. Oh, well. There's no point even doing that. You know I'm at break even. There you go. So preferably not rejecting off of the internal low, but we'll have to take whatever since it's break even now. I mean, I do have crazy risk to reward on this trade. Like absolutely insane. From when I got in, that's like 8R. So taking the break even. The expected trade value is a lot higher. So I'll take that break even any day. Actually, it'd be great because I actually wouldn't quite be an 8R. Realized I'd partial sum at these equal lows here. So on. It's 43.50. Yeah, MNQ, it took this low. But NQ left that low. Sorry if you can hear the dog barking in the background. I'm trying to talk, but also mute it when he barks. So it's freaking messy. Yeah, and with this hitting the break even, I will, well, if it does, I'll walk away. I don't want to be trading anymore today. There's no bullish case for me. So we're still kind of holding this 5 minute change in state. So honestly, this candle will be the deciding candle for me. It closes here. That's super bearish. And then we're going to hold that and continue lower. There we go.
So
I'm probably gonna take the break even here, and then I'm gonna walk away. Just
because it's chop.
just not happy with this price action. It had the chance here on this candle. It was down there. Could have had that 1 minute confirmation. Could have continued lower. Obviously, I feel tight with the break even, but the break evens it's on a principle basis. It's not, suggestive. It's a freaking go to break even because you take an internal sell side level. And if you're going to reject and hesitate, then you might not be as bearish as you think. So that's why the break evens are in place. Because, like I'm saying, if this is a true reversal, then this should dump right to these lows. Shouldn't invalidate the bearish PD raise, which would be trading back up above this high. And how I'll manage this if it goes in my favor. I'm going to partial. I would say 50% here. But if we keep doing what we're doing, it's not even going to make it there. So the 5 minute here, as you can see, obviously with that close, rejecting off of this order block, you would want the follow through, not getting the follow through here. So good break even. Taking it in one more move higher.
And then
I'm getting off after.
Yeah, so am I. The it'll set up good for tomorrow, I think, though, because that we'll know which. Well, I mean, clearly we're delivering off this daily gap right now. It might even be a PM session. Depends how good if the volatility picks up, and we get through that hourly.
I'm not trading PM session.
I'm not either.
I'm leaving the house. Actually, we're not.
I'm just saying, if we inverse that hourly, that's what you'd want to see for the continuation out of the daily imbalance through the daily external, which would also hopefully inverse the daily gap to the left, the bearish one. So tomorrow might set up all right.
All right, I'm out to break even there. Running the live stream.
We live tomorrow, and Thursday, Friday too. What news we have this week? Actually, did you check and see what it is?
What news? Yeah, we have Thursday and Friday red folder news.
Yeah, but there's unemployment on Thursday and PCE on Friday. So nothing like crazy, but
okay,
better than nothing.
Enjoy the rest of your day. Tune in for the live stream tomorrow. Should be more exciting. Hopefully not so shitty price action. And we can actually slam a good trade instead of a break even trade. So yeah, peace.